Welcome to A Year in the Bible with Daily Grace. My name is Kristen.
And my name is Katie. And we want to spend a few minutes a day with you walking through the New Testament, one chapter at a time. This year, we will fix our gaze upon Christ so that we may know him, not only with our minds, but with our hearts.
Together, we will learn that who Jesus is changes everything. Welcome back to A Year in the Bible with Daily Grace. My name is Kristen Schmucker, and I am so glad that you are here. We are working our way through the entire New Testament, and we are in Matthew 10 today, which means it is our last day of week 2, and I am so excited for the progress that we have already made. But it is not too late to join me on this journey. I'm using the free Behold reading plan and the Behold study guides from the Daily Grace Co. I'll link those for you in the show notes, and today we will jump into Matthew chapter 10. In this chapter, we see the commissioning of the 12 disciples. Jesus summons the 12 that had now been with him for a little while and empowers them with authority to go out and do the work that he has called them to do. He sent them out, but first he gave them instructions. And yet, as he instructs them about what they should do, where they should go, and what they will encounter, I was struck by the fact that it wasn't the number of conversions or the number of baptism that is their marker for success. Nope. Success is measured by faithfulness to Jesus. They would face hard things on this journey, but Jesus was looking for them to be faithful to him and to do what he had asked them to do. And the results or the outcome would be up to God. Jesus commissioned the 12 to go, but as I hinted a moment ago, it was not going to be easy. The disciples would face all kinds of challenges and opposition. This journey would require them to live by faith. They would have to trust the Lord to lead them to where they should go and to provide for them every step of the way. They were being sent out to proclaim that the kingdom had come near. It was as though Jesus was telling them to trust him and then get to work doing the good work that he had called them to do. The message of the gospel would go first to the Jews, and later in the Gospels, we will see the message go to the Gentiles as well. The message was urgent. Jesus wanted them to spread it far and wide. The kingdom had come. The kingdom was among them because Jesus was among them. The disciples faced this difficult task together, a great reminder of our need for other believers. But the most striking part of this passage to me is the promise that the Spirit would go with them. It was not going to be easy, but they would not be alone. God would speak through them to share the message of the kingdom of God with the world. These were not superhumans with some super spiritual faith. They were ordinary people with fears, joys, worries, and insecurities, just like us. And yet, they went forth in the power of God to do the work that he had called them to do. It is interesting to note that as Jesus speaks to them in verses 26 through 31, he tells them 3 times, "Do not fear." It is perhaps the most repeated command in the Bible. It is particularly striking after Jesus told them all the hard things that they would, not even might, they would face. Now he tells them that despite all of that, do not fear. They do not need to fear because the truth will triumph, because God is in control over all things, and because he loves us and is with us. If he cares for the sparrows, how much more does he love us? If he knows every hair on our heads, how much more will he walk with us through whatever life brings? The world may not understand us. Our family and our friends may not understand us, but we can rest in him. The Christian life is one of daily taking up our cross to follow the one who went to the cross for us. He knows what we're facing, and he has walked the road before us. As we wrap up today, how can we behold Jesus in Matthew 10? A few takeaways for myself. Jesus has called us to faithfulness to himself. He isn't calling us to perform. He is calling us because he loves us. He asks for faithfulness, but he is our model of faithfulness as well. He doesn't ask us to do something that he doesn't provide for us. I'm encouraged in knowing that he has walked this road before me. The Christian life will not always be easy, but he understands deeply because he has walked the road before me. And today I am walking away with the reminder that not only does he love me, and not only is he with me, but He has given me His Spirit. So no matter what comes today, for me or for you, we are not alone.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of A Year in the Bible with Daily Grace. Don't forget to check out the show notes for helpful links and resources related to today's episode. And make sure you are following at Daily Grace Podcast on Instagram for more A Year in the Bible content, and at the Daily Grace Co. for all things Bible study resources. We can't wait to study again with you tomorrow. Bye, friends.